Hi everyone, Allison Fabricius Gardner here, and I am very excited because I am very excited sharing about goals. And I'd like to work on helping you heal your relationship with a survival versus a thriving mindset. But first I need to introduce where this idea came from. So as you'll see from the picture behind me, there's a difference in this. I was watching American Ninja Warrior, and it was the Secret Life of Pets episode, and so they had dogs actually there running up the wall. Now, if you know anything about American Ninja Warrior, they have to get up the warped wall. So it doesn't go straight up, but it goes up and then it kind of curves back out. And they have to run up the wall and hit the buzzer to have a guaranteed spot in the city finals. So they wanted to replicate this for the dogs. And what I thought was so fascinating as I was watching this is the dogs who ended up not making it, their owners held a prize at this point at the wall. So they were standing at the very edge going, come on, Poochie, come here. And the dogs that made it were the ones that had their owner at the back of the wall shaking the prize for the dog to get there. And so the dog knew their end goal was all the way back here, versus the dog who knew their prize was right here. Our life is pretty much the same way. When we're in survival mode, we're essentially putting our goal right up there. We're putting it at the very edge of what could possibly happen. And so we're pushing ourselves, and we're saying, we're gonna make it. And we think, if only I could just get to that spot. If only I could just push hard enough. If only I could just work hard enough to get right here. But because we've only put our energy to here, our energy doesn't last. Whenever we say, if only we could just get there, our brain focuses on the only and on the just. And so it exudes every last piece of energy to get here, when to really reach our goal, to really reach the top of the wall, we need to be back here. When we have a thriving mindset, it's excitement. Oh, I'm getting another step closer. Oh, look, there's this foundational thing that needed to happen, and now I've made it. And you are building momentum and you're building excitement because you know how far you really have to go. Sometimes as optimists, we think, well, we'll just do this is sort of the bare minimum. This is what we have to do to get there. When if we thought, look, and if I go over here, we already know, and our mind already knows, okay, we have to expend this much energy to get over here when we start over here. And we think, oh, but that's so much more, that's going to be so much more exhausting. But it's not. As we saw with the dogs, because they knew the full extent of where they needed to get to, they had the extra energy, they had the extra oomph to make it. And the same thing is true with us. When we really plan ahead, when we tell our brain, this is the beautiful thing that we have out here, and we get excited about it, and we tell ourselves about it, that's how we get there. So a few days ago, I put an offer out for my course. It's a $25 6-week course called Healing Your 3 Circles of Identity. And I put the offer out there and woke up the next morning and hadn't heard anything. And as I was sitting there going, oh like this just isn't working, and I was feeling really bad about it, I went, wait. I am the one who controls my mind. Am I an edge of the wall thinker going, guess that's out of my control, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm just going to let myself drown in my sorrow? Or am I a thriving thinker with my goal over here, knowing that I'm the one that gets to determine my energy, I'm the one that determines my motivation? Sure, no one had wanted it in that moment, but that didn't mean there wasn't somebody else down the line who did want it. That didn't mean that there aren't people all over the world who do desire it. I just have to give it time. I have to plant the seeds. So I changed my mindset and I said, you know what? It'll come. And that's what I told myself. And I started planning in my mind, what is my life going to be like when people from all over the world buy my course? What is my life going to be like when I have the life that I'm planning for myself? My house and my large sectional and my sink in the islands, my walk-in closet with tailored long sleeve shirts. I started putting my energy into that hope, and all of a sudden I was excited. Because one little setback didn't change the outcome, because that's the outcome I'm planning on. What outcomes are you planning on? And are you putting them at the very edge of the difficulty? Are you putting them at the very edge of what you can possibly do? Or are you thinking about the impossible, but dreaming so big about it and so excited about it that the setbacks don't matter because you have a fire burning inside of you telling you what you want? I hope you guys will think about this, and I'll see you on the flip side to the brighter side of life. Please drop a comment or a question if you have one down below. Have a great night, guys. Bye.